Hey guys, it's me, the Divine Archangel Hieronymus. I am definitely not the Antichrist. Welcome to hell. I today am gonna be doing my own take on Mega Absol Z because I don't really like the one that we got. And yeah, just bear with me because my commentary is gonna be very awkward. I've not done something like this. I've kind of shared speed paints in the past because this is definitely, gonna be a speed paint to an extent. But yeah, it's gonna just be a lot of me talking. So hopefully I'm good at sounding human. Also, I'm gonna be talking about and showing other Mega Pokemon that were revealed in the Mega Dimension DLC, so consider this your spoiler warning. If you see anything you didn't want to, it's your own fault after this point. You might wonder like why specifically Mega Absol Z I decided to do, and the truth is it's just because it's the first DLC Mega I saw besides the ones from the reveals. I hadn't realized how much worse it got yet. I wish this was as bad as it got, because it's honestly not even that bad. I don't know why when I first saw this I was in such a tizzy, but there was a fucking storm coming my way. For some reason, bro is honestly giving like Mavis Dracula from Hotel Transylvania. To start off with, I'm gonna say some things that I really just don't like about the design. First up is I don't understand why he has the same head as the other Mega Absol. For Pokemon that have two Megas, we have like Mewtwo, Charizard, Lucario now, and then Garchomp, which, oh boy, maybe sometime I'll talk about Garchomp. But for those Pokemon, maybe I shouldn't have used Garchomp as an example, so never mind. But for like Charizard and Mewtwo, it makes sense to take aspects of like the base Pokemon because obviously they're Mega Evolutions. But for Absol, it's not even from base Absol. They just took Mega Absol's head, and I don't think Charizard or Mewtwo's Megas do anything like that as far as I know. Even Mega Lucario Z, it doesn't take anything from the other Mega Lucario, so I just don't understand why they did this. I don't even know what the design philosophy for a Z Mega is now at this point because besides the Mega Lucario, which changes a lot, they're pretty underwhelming, the ones we've seen. The next thing is the horns. I genuinely hate the horns on this thing. I don't know why they made them jagged like that, because it is just the other Mega Absol's horn, but kind of jagged, because it's his head. Even the fact he has two horns on his head, that's from the other Mega Absol. Base Absol only has one horn, so I don't even know. But I don't know why they kept it so jagged like that. It just looks unfinished. It doesn't look good. And if it's to make his horn shaped like a Z, that's fine, but there are so many other ways they could have gone about that besides making it look like they forgot to render his horn properly. For the wing claw on his back, there was other critiques I had, but I was actually kind of wrong. It's just the render that I was looking at made it seem like it was like flat with the claws coming off of it, but I was completely wrong. They are twisted up, so that's good. That at least looks kind of decent. But besides that, I think the shape of it is kind of awkward because it is still like a big flat surface that the claws kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, they like twist out of it. And the pattern on it is honestly just kind of random and there for the sake of it. Like it didn't need to be triangles. It could have just been a gradient. I think what's really doing the heavy lifting for this design is just the color palette. Like they made it very different because if I'm being honest, besides stuff that they just took from the other Mega Absol, like the things that they went out of their way to add are very awkward or just bad looking. I cannot get over those horns. Why would they keep that in? The last thing that I'll mention here too is it mentions in its dex that it like twists its fur into a claw to attack. And that's all well and good, but like Absol already had claws. I don't know why they wouldn't just make his claws look bigger and more dangerous and intimidating instead of like a fur claw because that thing doesn't look very sharp. And no, I will not suspend my disbelief for this fantasy animal. Fuck you. The aspects of this design that I did like that I tried to carry over into my design is basically just the one-winged angel slash like fallen angel aesthetic he has going on because, I can kind of relate to that. I can feel you, Mega Absol Z. So that's just what I decided to keep. It's funny how that worked out too, because a while ago I designed this past paradox Absol called Serpent Deceiver, who's literally based on, Satan, the fallen angel, and the story of Adam and Eve. Because I wanted to have like a fun lore reason about why Absol's hated. I know it's because it predicts disaster, but for this version, it's because in the like past, this thing had deceived some humans and they passed down the stories of it. And Absol in the modern day got a bad rap because he's like the ancestor of it. It's kind of like how very delusionally religious people hate snakes for no reason because of that story, which is kind of pathetic and sad. But yeah, just thought I'd share this design because I'm really happy with it actually. This part is just me like sketching and seeing what I like from these sketches, testing the waters for the design. I wanted to have aesthetics of like Lucifer, a fallen angel, kind of menacing looking, vague biblical reference. Here I was kind of cooking with this. I kind of wish I kept this. I don't know why I scrapped it. I kept some of the aspects of this, but yeah, honestly, that was pretty cool looking. I wanted him to have short curly hair because that's kind of angelic to me, and my main goal was just to differentiate him from the existing Mega Absol, even though mine is kind of, I'll critique it at the end. There's some stuff I would have changed, but yeah, this is just feeling out, basically getting to the design before I actually did the line art and stuff. There's the shiny, which I'll show you the shiny on the finished version too. This is in Clip Studio, as you can see, and I actually rendered it and finished it on my phone because I'm used to working in Ibis Paint. Right here is where I kind of settle on the final pose I'm going to go with for the artwork, and it does still change a bit from when I switch over to my phone, but I was kind of trying something different because posing is something I want to get a lot better at with my art because I kind of do pretty basic ones. It's like kind of looking up at him like he's looking down on you, and I think I did okay. I wish I kept his paw up kind of arrogantly like that, but he does wind up just standing in the final one because I couldn't get it to look right. I'm so bad at art, cries. And I swear one day I'll make an actual cool looking watermark, guys, I promise. And then you know how it be. This is just the final line work, the final render after I'd kind of finalized everything. And I will still include the picture of the shiny. I did not re-render him because doing the render just for the base colors took me like 2 hours. So, sorry. I'm incredibly indecisive, so I experiment a bit with the colors here, and I didn't really like the colors I wound up with in my final sketch. I wound up going with like silver wingtips and keeping the fur on his paws just black. If I can be honest, since this is my take on a Mega Absol Z, I just thought I should use the colors that they did. Like if I got the same brief of give him like a weird claw wing, this color scheme, this kind of design aesthetic, this is what I would have done. I don't entirely know how I feel about this color scheme for the design that I did, but I just decided to keep it for simplicity's sake. Again, in the shiny, it is very different. He's got like golden fur, and I kind of like how it looks a bit better. Here is where my design ended up in the end. Definitely let me know what you guys think and what you would have done differently, how you feel about the Mega Absol Z that we got. And here is the shiny that I kept yapping about. Just some really quick critiques of my design I wanted to go over. I wish his horn was more deliberate, like in design. It is kind of just random and jagged. At least it's not fucking polygons. I really didn't like how that looked. His tail should probably just be upside down so it's actually Z-shaped, but that's whatever. I wish I'd kept like color on the fur around his claws. Besides that, I already mentioned my gripes with the color scheme kind of. I think it's pretty okay. I like his menacing look. I definitely really like the cross design on his head. And, you know, I should be proud of it. I wish I didn't stare at things I drew and then hate them 5 minutes later. But overall, I haven't even drawn Fakemon in a while, actually. So I'm just happy to get some art out. Just to finish out here too, I wanted to like clarify some stuff. I don't necessarily think I'm doing it better. I just wish they'd actually tried. I'll fully admit to being a hater in some regards, but for Pokemon, it doesn't feel good. This franchise is like extremely beloved to me. Like I grew up with it, and you could ask anyone I know. I never grew out of my Pokemon phase. I still love Pokemon. I play it all the time. It's my favorite game series. It's the one I've played the most. I hardly play anything else. And it doesn't feel good that this is what it has come to. Like, I love Pokemon designs, and compared to the megas we got before, seeing this is genuinely, like, just very pathetic. It doesn't feel good. I'm not even convinced they didn't use AI for some of these. It's just lazy. Where, like, we used to get really inspired designs, and all the megas before, even ones I don't like I don't like Mega Swampert's design. It's still something they actually designed. Like there is effort and care put into that. It's not for me, but it's not bad on like a technical level. It's just not to my taste. Where these genuinely look unfinished and kind of like shit. And it's my opinion, but I'm very opinionated on this. I don't like how it feels like they're designing them in 3D first almost. It literally for some of them feels like they just took part of a 3D model and copy and pasted it somewhere else or like stretched it. It just doesn't feel like they care anymore. So I guess that's just why I did this, because even Pokemon I don't think they're technically bad. It's just not to my taste. But these megas are a completely different thing. It's just genuinely sad to see. I'm not buying the DLC because I don't want to support the like level of quality of design that they're putting out. I honestly only played ZA like yesterday, actually not yesterday, but the day before the Dimension came out, the DLC, sorry. I had finally played it because I hadn't touched it because I was like so disappointed with everything. I didn't like how it felt, and I might make a video ranting or going more in depth. I don't know. I'm not good at this kind of thing, but for that to come out the very next day, like, I want my money's worth from this game, but I have no motivation to even touch it because a big, huge part of Pokemon for me that I loved was the design, like making Fakemon, seeing other people's Fakemon, and like it doesn't feel like they're even trying anymore. But anyway, let me know if there's any other Pokemon megas that came out that you would want to see me take a crack at. Garchomp is just kind of sad. Mega Meowstic, my god. Let me know what you thought of this video and like the commentary style. And I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you so much for watching.